He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for, what was this? Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 11, episode 15. Let's make it official. I don't have many notes for this one because it was really a quick, easy episode, honestly. I took a couple notes, but no, like, real detailed notes or whatnot. It's only almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, oh, let it be lights. Anyway, hello to all my Jaybers, dun, 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 and all that good stuff. So, today's episode kind of focused on Eva, Candy, Portia, and Nene. I'm going to start off with Candy. Candy and Todd, still thinking about doing the whole surrogate situation for the last 2 embryos they have. We see they was in their new old lady gang chit-chatting and jaw-jacking. Todd was like, you know what, I don't know if I really want to be all the way fully involved in the surrogate thing. She's like, what the hell you talking about, Todd? What the hell is you talking about? He don't know if he want to meet the girl, talk to the girl, be involved to that extent. But I'm like, you're gonna have to be involved, Todd. It's your sperm. But I get that I think because they don't know about surrogacy, that's the weird thing. Because he says, I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? We don't really do this. I mean, people do this. Just no one talks about it. So I feel like this is a good story to tell because not a lot of people talk about needing a surrogate. And sometimes when people do it, they do it in secrecy because it's like, oh, let's be quiet. Let's not say, a person can't conceive. But we know Gabrielle Union did it. We know Michelle Obama did it. We know Kim Kardashian did it. We know a lot of other people have went the surrogate route because their body just could not, carry a baby to term. So, what I'm saying? That's a great, great, great thing for someone to be open to it, to not only birth someone else's child, but for that parent to be open to someone else birthing their child. So we do see they end up going to talk to Dr. Jackie, because Dr. Jackie said she had a patient who was a surrogate for someone else. So when they go and talk to Dr. Jackie, she's like, she's here. Saying she's open to being a surrogate again. I'm like, well, goddamn it, Jackie, don't you be surprised people with all that mess so soon. Because they just thought they was going to just to talk to her about surrogacy in general, not like her being their surrogate. So, woman comes in, she was a black woman. And she was been a surrogate one other time. Said she's been in the medical field, and she said with her what she would see people come in who either could not conceive or they could not carry a child to term. So they chit chatted a little bit or whatever. Candy brought up how for her they have 2 embryos left, and when she was trying for Ace, they actually implanted 2 embryos. Only one took, and that was Ace. So she got, teary-eyed and emotion because she's like, it's an emotional thing for her to be talking about someone else carrying her child when she wants to carry her child, but she's scared if she does it that, the babies might not make it to term. So surrogacy is just the next best thing. Todd, I think Todd on board. I think Todd just don't know what to do. I think he what's the plan? What goes on? And Candy asked her a good question, what the Candy or Todd, either Candy or Todd asked, what about the relationship between you and the family or whatever? And she said, it's really up to that person. She's like, each person is different or whatnot. When they asked, what if we eat certain food? She said, with a couple I did before, they would send food to the house. They would have, prepped meals sent to the lady for the house to eat or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's something about it. Dr. Jackie even brought up how, within surrogacy, once the surrogate has the baby, the baby, the mom, and the daddy go into a whole separate room, and, the surrogate person's done. It's all you now. So it's kind of a cut and dry situation or whatnot. She also brought up how, you can contact me whenever, I'm saying, it's like a 24-hour thing back and forth or whatnot, but it's new. It's new. And both, Candy said they're gonna talk to their lawyers Because when you have a surrogacy, you have to draw it. It's a legal process because, like Candy said, like you see these movies where these women be surrogates and they just, nah, I want to keep the baby. It's my, you know what I'm saying? It's all that foolishness. So they would have to, of course, have contracts drawn up to be, this is what's going in place. And the surrogates, like, the thing is, it's not my baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a vessel. Like it's all you. Like I would have no claim to the child. So I mean, that's step one. Step one is, we met with a person, it went good. Let's see what step two is. I hope they go through with the surrogacy. I would love to see that story told. It would be a great thing to be on for next season. Girl playing the next plot line. Anyway, Eva getting rid of Eva can't afford it. Okay. They back from Tokyo, she was able to get back from Tokyo, go to see her grandfather. She was able to see him before he passed away, touch him and say her goodbye before he left this world. So, she was emotional about that, to where she was crying in her confession, like, I don't want to do any more grandfather questions, and they had to move on. Sometimes when my grandfather passed away in 2014, it was hard for me to talk about him. Like speaking his name would make me cry, like instantly. Like that first 6 or 7 months, it was really, really hard. So I get her not wanting to keep talking about it because it make you cry every single time. So moving on from that, she's at the house or whatnot. They planning a wedding. It's like 2-3 weeks away, and she can't look. She over budget. She over budget and underpaid, if you ask me. They had the DJ come in, to get whatever songs they gonna do, and he like just say trap rap basically. And when he said UGK, she said, who? I said, you don't know who UGK is? Okay, girl. Yeah. Well, she is, hobo type person, so whatever. She said she want Nicki Minaj music playing all up and through the trap rap stuff. Have his trap rap, have her Nicki Minaj. I said, girl, okay. I mean, if I went to somebody's wedding and they had a lot of Nicki Minaj, I'd be like, are you 12? No? Okay. Anyway, so, they talk about that whole thing. And, it's the things where Eva just can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? We then see her, because she doesn't how, we had a budget of a certain amount. We had a guest list was supposed to be 150. She's now at like 220 people. I'm like, girl, how would you over 70 people? Like, I don't even, if I had a wedding, I think I would only invite like 70 people. My whole side would be like, well, no. Well, no, it will be like, yeah, it will be like 70. Because, girl, I wouldn't be over 70. Let's just say that. Anyway, so, we see that whole thing. But she says, what I'm saying, I came to the conclusion, I want to have 3 dresses. And, I have the wedding dress. I have the leaving the wedding dress, but she does not have a reception dress. And she's freaking out because the dress she wanted, they couldn't find whatever fabric, so she gotta try to find the dress. And her friend, who's like a what is she? A stylist, not her stylist, but a stylist in general, like called her people to try to get a dress. I'm like, you are Eva the diva, who you said you the end all and be of fashion. Can you not get a dress? Girl, the fuck back. I think Eva has been a goddamn diva and she doing too much and people don't want to deal with the bullshit. Because the dresses that came, I mean, she didn't like them at all. But I'm like, you crying because you can't find a third wedding dress, but you also crying because you have a budget. Well, bitch, don't have 3 dresses. Have 2. Have 2. Like, she wants what she wants in her wedding. She has every right to want what she wants. But it seems like girl, look, people need to not try to go in debt having a wedding. Because after the wedding, you have to live, okay? And you don't want to live your first 2-3 years digging yourself up out of a wedding. A wedding, the actual ceremony is just to make other people feel like, oh, my God, it was so beautiful. Like the girl, I would not, look, I refuse to ever be in debt or be over. If I budget, look, my wedding, I want it to be $10,000. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to do all that extra rah bullshit. I want to spend the majority of my money on the reception. Okay, that's what I'm going to spend money on. The ceremony be like 10 minutes, which I don't need flowers and trains and 8 bridesmaids. No, bitch, no. We gonna have a good time at the reception. That's where all my money gonna go. But yeah, she doing too much and she's all, just kind of emotional because the grandfather passed away, the wedding coming up, she out of money and she's over budget and she got to feed people and get some more flowers. I'm like, why you need more flowers? For what? Girl, whatever flowers you have, let it be. People sometimes put too much into a wedding that they cannot afford. If you can afford it, go all out, but we'll go all the way out. But when you like, I'm over budget and you stressed out, it's because you can't afford it. Don't go in a poorhouse, okay, trying to impress somebody else. I'm gonna leave it at that. And she still hadn't found a reception dress as of this episode, but I'm pretty sure during her wedding she found one. Nene, girl. Nene and Greg, okay. She say her and Greg was beefing before Greg found out he had cancer. Okay, they was also beefing once he got cancer. Okay, and when she was in Tokyo. So we see them getting ready to go because he's going to the doctor. He's going to the hospital to have surgery. He's going to have the colostomy bag stuff situated, I think taken out, have his intestines, situated or whatever. It's like a real surgery. And so on the way, they just don't seem in sync. Like, she seemed like, oh, this motherfucker. And he seemed like, oh, her ass. Like, they just don't seem like themselves. And as she is saying, the thing people don't know is before we found out he had cancer, me and him wasn't on good footing. Like, our marriage wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? I was upset because he's grouchy as hell. And, he mean and surly, basically. And I don't want to live life like that. Like, she basically said that she was unhappy in her marriage before cancer came along. And, like, cancer making it worse. Greg getting old. And some men, when they get old, some people, when they get old, they get mean and they get surly, as I would say. And I think Greg getting cancer is making it worse. So I don't think Nene should stay in a marriage where she's unhappy. But at the same time, marriage ain't easy. Relationships aren't easy. And both people have to be willing to try to make it better. So I don't know what, because we don't really hear from Greg. We literally only hear the women's side of much of what's going on. So with Nene and Greg, we ain't hearing much from Greg about nothing. We only hear Nene complaints about how they weren't too good beforehand and how he's worse now, and it's some bullshit. I'm saying he's always been able to be the person to help her, and she can help him. And now, because things aren't 50-50, now Greg is not able to help her, which is making things worse for Nene because she's used to him helping her, and now that he can't, she don't like it. So they drive into the doctor, whatever, and they just, ain't meshing. She said, when you in surgery, I'm gonna leave the hospital. I'm gonna go and run some errands. I'm gonna go, stock up my shop. Go over the swag. I said, girl, you having surgery? You can't hold off on on inventory? No? Okay. Like, to each their own. I just feel like if y'all was beefing before, like, can you imagine your life without him? And if you can, okay. If you can't, let's try to make the best of this fucked up ass situation. And go to counseling. Let him know what how he acts, and you don't like it either. But it's weird because it's not like Greg don't have a reason to be mean and silly. He has cancer. He's going in to have surgery. He had a colostomy bag. That ain't none of that shit fun. And so as someone commented on my post on my review last week and said, I wish you would be more understanding to Nene. I can tell when people don't watch my whole video because I can say, I understand Nene being upset, and she deserves to have help and because being a caretaker is difficult. And then I'll say, but I still feel like she should be more understanding. I'm like, look, you can only tell someone so many times. I get it's hard for you as a caretaker, but you may have to suck it up and help your husband who's going through cancer, and but also lean on whoever you can to be your support system. But it's going to be hard, and with it being hard, you can't then be mean to other people. My issue with Nene isn't that my issue with Nene is point blank period is that she's mean to other people because of what her and Greg going through. She has every right to be upset at how things are going in her marriage. What she don't have a right to do is be mean to other people because of it. That's my thing with Nene, and I won't let her off the hook for that. Anyway, but again, she going somewhere else while he in the surgery and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, girl, cool. We then see it's after the surgery. She at home, but he been in the hospital for 2 days. He's recovering. She at home making finger sandwiches and dressed all cute and and she got Cynthia and Marlo coming over to, since it's for little girl talk or whatever, and they come in and whatnot, and they go outside on her little backyard, little patio, whatever, and they talking, eating little finger sandwiches, or whatever, all fancy. And oh, can you believe Portia, announced that she's pregnant to the world? It's so amazing. So as Marlo and Cynthia saying, oh yeah, being pregnant is different. It changed your whole world. Nene keeps interrupting one or the other. Did you have the cucumber sandwich? They like, yeah. Huh? So Portia, and then you think I'll get married? Oh, did you? So as they're trying to talk about Portia's big news, Nene keep trying to change the subject. And the weird part is about it, Nene was the one who brought it up, girl, because she wanted some attention. So as they trying to talk about Portia, well, in Tokyo, I was just in such a bad mood. I was having a heart. They're like, oh yeah, you was, again, because she wants the attention. But it's fine. She brings up her and Greg having a bad time, this and that. He's difficult now, this and that. So I can't believe this and that thing that is so different. And Marlo and Cynthia are being understanding to her. Nene out her own mouth says Marlo and Cynthia have really been there for her consistently since this thing's been going on with Greg. Nene said that. Okay. She then said, he just different. Like sometimes, I be having to go out by myself. Like I be having to get up and go down to the bar by myself alone because he don't want to go. I just wish he would come down there with me. Bitch, he has cancer. He's tired. Okay? And not only that, if he just had surgery to remove the colostomy bag, which means he probably didn't want to be out there with the damn girl. And I love when Cynthia said, I feel for Nene, but sometimes Nene can be insensitive, and because you want your husband to be more sensitive to what you need than what he needs, and he's fighting cancer. And I feel like sometimes Nene downplays it and says stuff like, he all right, he ain't dying, he okay. No, he not dying, he not bedridden. He may not be bedridden, but that don't mean that he don't feel fucked up. Point blank to the period, and just, she was like, they said, well, when he get home, is you gonna have a nurse? Well, child, no, I'm not gonna have no nurse, whatever, because he don't want one. And they're like, well, he may need one though. He don't want one, he don't want one. He want to do stuff on his own. Okay. They're like, well, last time he damn near cut his fingers off out here trying to do yard work, because y'all, girl, I just, that's all we see of Nene. And I'm happy that Cynthia can say, like, she needs to be more, she needs to be more sensitive to what Greg is going through. And she can't take out her frustration that her marriage isn't what it used to be. She can't take out that frustration on her friends or her castmates, okay, or whoever's around, or the cameraman. Because we see in the next episode, honey, girl pulled the whole cameraman's shirt off, ripped the shit to shreds, and rip. Girl, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with girl? What you doing for? Anyway, we have to wait till next week to see what that's about. But yeah, I ain't saying Greg perfect. I ain't saying Greg ain't the asshole to Nene when he need to be because he's sick and surly. I do feel like, though, when your spouse has cancer, it kind of get in the right to be not so nice. They can't be mean to you. Okay? They can't be mean to you, but sometimes you just, girl, watch Bonnie Blue reviews that she did about Love and Hip Hop, about this stuff, because Bonnie Blue talked about how her father, who had cancer, and her mom was the caretaker. Like, my mom was never mean to nobody, and my dad, was this, that, and the other. And sometimes you have to listen to people who've been through it. I know people who have been caretakers personally in my family, who have been caretakers for my family, who at the time had cancer, who had since passed away. And even when my family members was mean or whatever, the caretaker, who was also family members, they were not mean to us. You know what I'm saying? They voiced their frustration they would have. They weren't mean to other people because they understood what our family member was going through. Nene ain't doing that. Okay. And last but not least, Portia and Dennis. So Portia and Dennis is out baby shopping. She's out of her first trimester. So was at like a little baby store looking at like, little furniture and strollers and stuff like that and that chit chat and so they see a nice little stroller and she like, oh yeah, this is nice. We're gonna need 40s. I'm like, I damn four. And the lady said four? And he said, yeah, one for me, one for her, one and then one for our moms. And then she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. So then him and Portia talk. And she's like, look, we're going to discuss, like, are we going to really need, like, we can't get four of everything, like, for a crib, like, that's going to be a lot. And I said, girl, it is. And if your mom or his mom wants some stuff, they need to buy on their own. Point to the bank. When my nephew was born, the stuff that we had at my parents' house, my parents bought that. Like, the parents of the baby don't buy stuff for the grandparents' house. The grandparents spend their own money on that. So if Grandma Portia and Grandma Dennis want something for the baby, they need to buy it. You and her can buy one, two of something. I get that anyway. She like, look, are we gonna really be in two houses? Like, you were talking in your mind. He like, well, for right now, I think we know we need to be in two. I'm like, damn, what girl? Well, I mean, not girl. Don't say that. But we know they engaged or they engaged now. He said that then. And then she's like, your house is like a bachelor. Like, you was a bachelor there. Like, you was doing things. Like, you want to really bring a family to that? And he was like, well, I don't know. And she like, well, maybe you should like sell it. And he like, you know what? Okay. So he agreed to sell his house. And Portia goes into the reason she said that was because she's in Duluth. I think he said like in the city of Atlanta. So she like, so we can stay in Duluth at my house. It'll be easier. And he like, all right. So she went. What I love that Portia said was like, she's like, well, me and my ex-husband, said when I left that marriage or whatever, I left with nothing. I had nothing. I had to go back to square one. I had to go back to my mama's house, staying in the guest room for a couple years. I had to rebuild my credit, or not even I had to build up my credit, get myself together. And then I was able to buy the house I'm in. Well, I don't know if she's buying the house or she's renting it. I think she's buying it, if I'm not mistaken. But she's in the house that she's in now. It's like I always picture when I got the house that I would raise the family here. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I say is good about the house that she has is she went in the house with somebody else. Like, she hasn't had no other relationship really in that house. And so it's kind of a fresh start for him and her. And it's space for him, it's space for her, space for the baby. So it made sense. But even her admitting how, she got out that first marriage and just had to rebuild. And I don't think enough people realize sometimes you don't want your marriage to end. So you don't want to like have an escape plan, but you should still make sure that if things ever go south, that you not out here homeless and destitute and your credit fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least have good credit so that you can, you know what I'm saying, get on your own. So I love that her testimony was a message to people like, don't ever depend on a man so tough that if y'all divorce or break up, you literally have nothing. Like, always have something for yourself. I don't care if your man is Bill Gates or if your man is a billionaire. Okay, make sure that in your account, in your own account, and some account of you, so that when you leave him, it ain't tied to him, that you good. Okay, get him to get your house in your name. Okay, have something. Okay, so I do think Portia learned a lot from that first marriage, which is why she's saying we gonna live in my house, because if push come to shove, you got to get out. It was smart. So we see that whole thing. We do see Portia and Dennis hanging out with Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe. They went like go-kart racing, so her and Portia chit-chatted a little bit, and Ronnie and Dennis rolled around. Ronnie won. It was cute. We do see them chit-chatting here, chit-chatting there, whatnot. We see Ronnie and Dennis talking, and Dennis say how, because Ronnie, did you propose yet? He like, nah, not yet. He like, I'm doing it on Friday. He like, oh, on Friday? He got a whole little plan. He done told Portia they going to a charity event, but really he gonna propose to her. And so, it was cute to see Ronnie even say how, he was out here doing too much in the beginning with him and Samari, and it took him a couple years to get serious. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I've known her forever. Like, it's different. Like, he really do love Portia. Like, and Portia really do love him. Like, it's her fairy tale, truth be told. You know what I'm saying? So when Shamari and Portia walk up, like, what y'all talking about? And like, none, this man talk. Shamari too goddamn nosy, because when they saying man talk, she keep asking, "No, what y'all talking about?" I'm like, damn it, bitch, there was a secret engagement. Like, sometimes they say, "Oh, okay," and ask your husband in private. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Because he could then say in private, "Oh, he was talking about because he gonna propose to Portia." But some women just ask him in questions sometimes, 'cause we know as hell. Yes, I said we. So we do see Lauren is like recording on her phone Portia getting dressed to go to the charity. She's like, "What are you recording for?" She's like, "Oh, I'm on live." But she's recording it just because Portia will look back on and say, "Hey, this was me getting ready to be proposed to," whatever. But she don't know she's getting engaged. Yeah, because Dennis, it's his charity event or whatever. And I told him I didn't feel like going. And he was very, very disappointed. So I'm going, so I'm going to go because he really, really want to go. And I don't know, whatever. And so Lauren, like, since she has no idea he's going to propose to her. Oh, my God. So we see he done got a helicopter. He told her that they're going in on a helicopter, but that a lot of people are coming in on helicopters. So when they get there on helicopter, she's like, "Well, where everybody else at on the helicopter?" She's like, "Oh, only one person come in at a time on helicopter." I'm like, he was, it's kind of smart. And so she had her flats on. Should I put my heels on right now? He's like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." Because you want to be comfortable. And then she walk in, and as they're walking down, you can hear a song playing, and it's Lil Mo song, Superwoman. Can you live with it? Loving me for life. That song. Now that love taking over, I'm 100. I can't sing that song, but Portia hears it. She's like, "Oh my God, that's my song," and she just thinks it's a song. She walk in and Lil Mo in there singing it, okay, singing it. And Portia, when she turned the corner, she seen it, okay, because this is them walking in together. She was surprised, and when she looked, because it was roses, I ain't gonna put that. It was roses all on the floor. Got Lil Mo singing their favorite song, and then she's like, "Oh my God, like me and Dennis always sing a song together, whatever. Like he have his parts, I have mine. We just sing. It's always been a song for us or whatever." So it almost made me cry, because she was so shocked. Like, she was completely shocked, even though Dennis had been talking about it for a while, so she knew he was gonna propose. She did not have. She just did not have any idea when. So, she in there, whatever, and Lil Mo singing a song like, "Yeah, he ready to make you his wife. Are you ready?" And he got on one knee and said, "Do you want to be Mrs. McKinley?" She said yes. It was beautiful. She was crying. Oh, it was so sad. Not sad. It was so a happy, sad moment or whatever. I didn't shed no tears, but I was like, "Oh my God!" Oh, it was so. It's her fairy tale. Like, it really, really, really is. The ring. What's the ring? We've seen it a couple times before, but the ring is amazing. It's amazingly huge. Okay, huge. Okay, as he did really, really good on the ring. I'm gonna say this right now. Lil Mo needs to get with Portia's hair person, because look at Portia's weave. Okay, Portia's wig is amazing. Okay, it's really, really amazing. And Lil Mo. I can just imagine Alex talk about her unit. Talk about the unit. Okay, it's her edges don't be right. I mean, it's a little more really be out here wearing helmet hats. Like, her wigs be like helmets. It's the weirdest thing ever. And I'm like, just look at it. Like, it's too much space from the sideburns to the scalp. The sideburns and the scalp is too far away. Like, it's a whole mile away. Girl, get with Portia. Get whoever do Portia's wigs. That's what you should try to get to. Cause the people doing your wigs or mo, they be fucking you over. Okay, completely fucking you over. Anyway, Portia was happy. Dennis was happy. It was, girl, it edges. I think I'm petty. Look at this shit. It's a helmet. It's a whole goddamn helmet. Okay, and it's just the edges don't look right ever. Like, the person girl. That's a discount. It's got to be a discount wig. Anyway, Portia was happy, she brings that she was crying too in her confessional, since it come from where she came from, for being in that first marriage, when she had that first miscarriage, and how the person who was with her in that marriage wasn't even there for her during that, so she went through a miscarriage by herself, to, getting divorced, having nothing, you know, she did not think, love and marriage and kids would be her future. And lo and behold, when she least expected it, she got her whole baby, a whole man, a whole fiance, and she's happy, happy, happy to be where she is right now. And that's how it went off. You know what I'm saying? Portia, it's a she kissing, it's a whole marriage and a wedding, a baby carriage, all that good stuff. Yes, I can date a little song. And, it was cute. So that's it, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, everybody have a good Monday. It's snowing here in Michigan, so let's see how much traffic I'm gonna be in tomorrow going to work. Anyway, y'all, peace.
He's like love, 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 and music.